Well, let's see what they're gonna show today. Anything substantially good? I'm hoping maybe I'll see something regarding the PlayStation VR 2. Keep my fingers crossed. We shall find out in a minute. I would love to see like a roadmap, honestly, as to what they're doing for the holiday season and beyond, you know, going into 2024. But I don't think they're going to do that, to be honest with you. They might show some more games for PSVR 2, but I don't think it's going to be anything substantially great. Maybe some third-party indie games. Yeah. But I hope I'm wrong. But we'll see. All right, here we go. Minus 3 seconds. Let's hope this is not disappointing.
Hello everyone, this is Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy XVI, and welcome to the State of Play. Today, I'm here to talk a little bit about the story, world, and combat system of Final Fantasy XVI, as well as reveal all new information regarding the game's wide variety
Final
of RPG
Fantasy
elements
16,
and support
okay.
systems. We'll be talking you through everything while using never-before-seen gameplay footage running on the PlayStation 5. I hope you'll stay with us until the end of the show and enjoy everything we have in store for you. With that, let's get started.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern.
Home sweet home.
Allow me to welcome you to the world of Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI is the latest installment in the Final Fantasy series, a storied franchise with 35 years of history. Yet while this is the 16th mainline title in the series, there's absolutely no need to have played any of the previous games before jumping in. With a fusion of real-time action and RPG features, Final Fantasy XVI has been developed as the first true action RPG in the series.
Oh,
Using
that's
the
pretty
power
cool.
of the
So
PlayStation
it's not like
5 to its fullest, the game delivers
like
an
before,
expansive,
where you have to
thrilling
wait your
gameplay
turn
experience, which we liken to
before
a
you can
high-speed
attack. So now it's
roller
like Elden Ring. You can just go ahead and start fighting. That's pretty cool. That's a drastic change from previous Resident Evil games that we had in the past, 25 years? Hey, what's up, Steve? Welcome to the stream. Final Fantasy 16. Well, I'm looking forward to this one, though. They changed it. Now it's all action. You don't have to do like you did before, where you have to make your turn to fight an enemy, then you gotta wait for the enemy to finish their turn. So now it's like free for all. Just grab a weapon and you can start fighting.
as it unfolds across 3 distinct periods in our hero's life: his teens, 20s, and 30s.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. They made some drastic changes on the Final Fantasy 16.
A fully playable flashback will allow you to experience the pivotal events that shaped his past and present. And thus does the curtain open on this newest Final Fantasy adventure.
Looks pretty good. Better than I thought. You know, this is what I want to see. I want to see changes, like a major evolution of changes. And I think this is a good decision that they went this route. So this is good. Good for you, Square Enix. Are you a fan of Final Fantasy, Steve? And the graphics look pretty good too. Yeah, it's like an open world where it's like an Elden Ring, but just
Navigation
better
in Final Fantasy
graphics and
16
you know.
is driven via a world map, with locations being added and updated as players progress through the main narrative. The world map can be opened at any time, allowing players access to all manner of locations across Valisthea.
Nice. I can travel
Here,
to any
players will meet
location
new
anytime
friends,
I want. This
encounter
is
formidable
awesome, dude.
foes, and uncover great and wondrous mysteries.
Nice. This is a major change, man, that they made on the Final Fantasy here. From combat to open world to it's like a Skyrim on steroids in a third-person mode. I wonder if you can do a co-op to have somebody join you. That'd be kind of cool. Look at the graphics, dude. And look at the physics. The demolition and all that. The way the debris comes down.
Next, I'd like to talk about the combat of Final Fantasy XVI. All the battles in the game take place in real time and are not turn-based.
Nice! Real time, no
Clive progresses
turn-based.
through the
Nice.
story, he will learn a wide
Bro,
array
this
of
is a
exciting
major
abilities
change.
from the
No
icons
turn-based
that he
combat.
encounters.
For 25 years we had turn-based combat.
Now
it's
let's take a moment
real-time
to admire
combat.
Clive in action.
That's awesome, dude. Dude, I'm already hooked. I'm definitely gonna get this for sure, bro. For those of you who are not fans of Final Fantasy, let me tell you, I know this doesn't mean much for you, but for us who have played Final Fantasy in the past, this is a major change, dude. This is a drastic change to this long time successful, you know, series of Final Fantasy. I can't believe it's about 26 years. I think 26 years, man. That's how old this series is. 26 years. I think more than that. Probably like 28. If you consider those other Final Fantasies, you know, on the Nintendo. It's more than that. Like, I'll say like, let's circle it 30 years. 30 years.
The abilities that Clive wields have unique characteristics depending on
Hey,
the
how you
icon
doing,
they're defending.
Malfunk? Welcome to the
Players
stream.
use ability points collected by defeating enemies.
Dan, this is great for
Unlock
you
more
because
abilities
they just said
or
that you don't even
upgrade
have to know
existing
any
ones.
previous stories. You don't have to know anything, even if you didn't play the previous
Can't decide which
Final
iconic
Fantasies.
ability to unlock or
Doesn't matter.
upgrade?
You'll be right at
No
home
problem.
here. You'll be able to
You can
jump
let the
in
game
and start
choose
playing.
for you.
So it's basically tailor-made for the new generation, not for that old generation like
Final
me,
Fantasy 16
old geezer.
includes a range of
But it's
timely
kind of
accessories
tailor-made for this
to
new
provide
generation
support to those players who may
of,
not be so
you know,
skilled at action games.
real-time action,
Truly
open
enjoyable
world
experience.
type of
Players
experience.
are
So
encouraged to equip Clive with
this
different
looks pretty darn
combinations of
good, man.
these accessories until they find the one that perfectly matches their
this
own
definitely has
playstyle.
caught my interest, and I might actually purchase this.
A combination I can
There's a lot of stuff to do
particularly
here.
recommend to those
A
who
lot of
may
leveling
struggle
up,
with action gameplay is the Ring of Timely Focus and the Ring of Timely Strikes. This combination allows players to unleash a wide array of different techniques just by pressing a single attack button, as well as shifting into a window of slow motion whenever Clive is about to be hit by an attack, giving them a little extra time to hit R1 and evade. Alternatively, players could equip an accessory that fully automates evasion. As I said before, I really encourage everyone to discover the combination that works best for them.
Nice.
And for those who want to concentrate on the story, don't forget to choose Story Focus Mode before starting a new game.
Ah, I see.
In this mode, timely accessories are automatically equipped from the start, allowing players to immerse themselves in the narrative experience without having to worry too much with the action.
I'm gonna choose action focused because I'm not in a hurry, but that's good that they have the ability for those of you who are in a hurry and you want to just kind of focus on the story.
Clive will meet many characters along his journey who will join him as friends and allies.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
Sidolphus, who becomes a mentor to Clive.
Yeah, Steve, it's like a Skyrim and Elden Ring all put in together.
A friend from Clive's youth.
It really is.
Such encounters and
Which is
reunions
great.
will
It's a
set
good
Clive
mix,
on
though.
a path
I like
of
it.
great personal growth.
It is.
Clive.
Some of these companions will even accompany Clive on his adventures, fighting alongside him and finding lots to talk about along the way. That said, players will only need to focus on controlling Clive. Party members are fully AI-driven, providing support for the hero and constantly adapting and responding to his actions.
So the party's AI driven. They'll do all the fights for themselves. You don't have to do any kind of turn-based action. This is a real-time action. So you just have to worry about your character. Which is great. I really like those changes, man. This is kind of stuff that appeals to me with Final Fantasy. I like this.
Oh, and we cannot forget Torgal. A smart, strong, and fiercely loyal hound, Torgal is always by Clive's side and willing to stand by him in the face of whatever cruel fate may befall them. Torgal will act of his own accord, but players can also give him direct commands. Just don't forget to give this good boy some treats every now and then.
Goots, get her upstairs.
But none will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about. Go. Have a look around. I'll be in my solo.
After progressing somewhat through the game, Clive will gain access to Cid's hideaway. Here in the hideaway, Clive will find a shop where he can purchase new weapons, armor, and consumables such as potions.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Well,
Blackthorn, a highly skilled
So
blacksmith,
forth, yeah.
works the hideaway's forge. Bring in materials to craft new gear or upgrade existing
Nice.
items. After upgrading your equipment or unlocking new abilities, try accessing the Arete Stone.
Training mode.
Here, players can enter a virtual training area outside the bounds of time and space, where they are free to refine and practice combos of their very own. Once you're confident in your skills, try your hand at arcade mode and see how your scores stack up against players from around the world. The hideaway
Yeah,
is
it's
home to a
AI
lot of
adaptive.
other features as well.
Meaning that the AI will do all the fights with your party, and you just have to worry about yourself.
Not only will players
Meaning you
discover
just
a
worry about your
variety of
character
side
that you're
quests
controlling,
here, but
and
they can
the rest
also
of the
view
characters
information on
will
quests
be
offered
AI
all
in the
around
party,
Valisthea.
and they'll take care of them, healing themselves, healing another person, healing you as well. So that's pretty good, actually. So that way you can just focus on, not healing anybody, just doing your own thing and just fighting the boss.
All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
That's the one thing I found
Mage.
kind of annoying in the previous Final
When did you get
Fantasies,
back?
where when it's turn-based, like I have to make sure that my character has enough health. I have to make sure everybody in my party had enough health. What kind of magic they're using. I have to switch the magic, and then it's time-consuming. You know what I mean?
Expecting you back so soon.
Not that there was anything wrong with that. That was the way the Final Fantasy was played back then. It was turn-based. But I like the fact that they have
Visit
kind of
the hunt
removed
board
that.
to gain information
And
on
it's
elite
a
mobs,
real-time
fearsome foes lurking
fight.
about the realm in desperate need of slain.
And the AI is
You will
controlling
be
the
your
rest
guide.
of the party, and you're just focusing on your character. I like that. Some people might say that's easy, it's cheating. Look, you can't make everyone happy. I know some people are gonna complain. They're gonna say, "Oh, dude, but that's not like
There's also
tradition of the
Lordsman
Final
Publicity,
Fantasy.
who will unlock
We don't
Valisthea's
like
secrets
this."
as Clive
Yeah, there's gonna be
recounts
those
tales of his
individuals.
adventures.
I'm pretty sure right now typing, they changed everything.
I have quite the find for you today.
And I get it, I understand it, but
You wish
it's been
to study the
almost
tomes?
3 decades, dude. It's time to change. It's time to adapt to new evolution of Final
Here
Fantasy.
for another of my lectures.
You know what I mean?
And Vivian Ninetails,
What is it that you
a
wish to
scholar and
learn?
strategist who will be
Here's the
more
latest
than happy
information
to
I have.
explain to Clive the current state of the realm and provide information on key players. There are all kinds of interactions and features in the Hideaway to help players get even more enjoyment out of their time with Final Fantasy XVI.
Ever changed, Clive?
Look at the graphics, man.
On his travels,
This is all running on
Clive
a
will encounter
PS5,
a wide array of fearsome
GPU.
foes.
When they release the demo, the graphics will look much better in person. Right now, this is being streamed at a very crappy bitrate, so you can see all the detail. But when you start playing this on the demo with a Dolby Vision and HDR, it's going to look much, much better. You see,
Of course,
you're only
clashes with
focusing
the dominance
on
who wield the power
your
of the
character.
Icons.
The dog's being controlled by an AI, so you're just focusing on your own character when you're fighting the boss. You know, this is also similar to Forspoken. You know, I don't know why a lot of people are dismissing Forspoken. Maybe because of the story, they didn't like the story for some reason, but, you know, Forspoken has pretty much the same engine, the same mechanics. This is based on Forspoken engine. I think that game is totally underrated, in my opinion.
Cannot forget the icons themselves. Experience unparalleled real-time action combat as Clive takes command of the iconic.
So you play as Clive. That's the lead
limbs.
character right there, Clive.
The shining point of Final Fantasy XVI, however, has to be the breathtaking icon versus icon battles. Epic confrontations all play out in real time, allowing players to control their very own icon with their own hands.
Elden Ring has changed everything, dude. I'm telling you. Skyrim and Elden Ring have changed everything. Even the Final Fantasy.
Differ depending on the icon encountered, and every showdown is unique, right down to gameplay. Players will experience everything from a 3D scrolling shooter to a heavyweight wrestling match with devastating attacks that encompass the entire battlefield.
Watch out, Elden Ring. Here it comes.
These
Final
massive
Fantasy
scale boss battles
16.
are entirely seamless, and I can promise you heart-stopping, controller-gripping excitement. I can't wait for you.
Yeah,
to get
they
your
are
hands
kind
on
of
the
showing
game for
too much.
yourself.
I agree. Is this entire state of play dedicated to Final Fantasy 16? That's what I want. I wonder.
But if you can do it, then so could I!
Alright, we get it. Icon versus icon. I know they kept that tradition. That's fine. That's part of Final Fantasy. And don't get me wrong, these are all cool changes for Final Fantasy 16. I have no problem with this. I welcome all of these changes. And this is great for a Final Fantasy 16. But is there anything else besides this? How about a Spider-Man 2? How about, you know, a little bit of RoboCop footage? How about some PlayStation VR 2 games? You know, the roadmap for PlayStation VR 2. What's going on with that? I mean, I like this. Do not get me wrong. I love all these changes that they did for Final Fantasy 16, and I will most likely buy it and I will play it. But come on, you dedicating the entire state of play just for Final Fantasy 16?
So everyone, what did you think? Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Final Fantasy XVI will be available worldwide June 22nd.
June
There's
22nd.
still plenty that we've left to reveal. Battle content, side content, endgame content, and more.
Brother, you already shown enough.
On
You
these
showed
aspects
way
of the
too
game
much.
in the near future. Also, I'm truly
Half an
excited
hour
to
of
finally be able to reveal
Final
that
Fantasy 16 is more than
16's
enough.
main theme was written and performed by one of Japan's greatest recording artists, Kenshi Yonezu. We've still got a lot more in store for you in the coming weeks, and I hope you'll all pre-order the game and join us in Valisthea on release day. This has been Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy 16. See you again soon.
16プロデューサーの吉田でした。
That's right. Malfunct. These types of games require a lot of time. They require a lot of time. It's time consuming. You have to invest a lot of time to play them. So this is it? That's Final Fantasy? That was State of Play? What? What? What the? That's it? That's it? Bro, that's it? That's all? Wow. So that's it. That's the show. I mean, look. I like the game. I like what I'm seeing. But man, we want to see something more, man. Come on. Yeah. This is misleading. You know, Sony, why are you misleading people? You should have told everybody State of Play is going to be Final Fantasy only. 16. And again, Final Fantasy 16, it's a special interest. It's going to appeal to certain people, and that's fine. I have no problem with Final Fantasy. I played pretty much every Final Fantasy there is, and I will enjoy the heck out of this one, I'm pretty sure. But, hey, we need more. What about Spider-Man 2? What about the upcoming PlayStation VR 2 exclusives? Are there any coming up? What's the situation with the PlayStation VR 2 in terms of sales? I mean, there's so much missing here. This is bad, dude. This is bad. Sony, you know, Sony, what's going on with you? Like, you used to be good. Sony, you used to be like really good. But I'm starting to worry right now, Sony. All this hush-hush about PlayStation VR 2, and now you doing the cloud gaming. Listen, Sony, listen to me. Why do you think this thing is successful, huh? Why do you think this Steam Deck is successful? It's successful because it's not a cloud gaming device. It's a computer, a mini computer that can play games offline. I don't have to be connected online to play those games. Sony just doesn't get it, dude. They just don't get it. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, man. I look at these fanboys. Rest in peace, Xbox. And then you got Sony fanboys versus Xbox fanboys. I hate to say it, but both Sony and Xbox, both PS5 and Xbox, they suck right now. They suck because I don't see anything. They're not saying anything. They're just being quiet. And Sony's making some dumb decisions too. Nobody cares about this Q little device. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Why would I want to buy a portable device that has a haptic feedback just so I can play remote play games? And you can only play those games inside a house. You can't leave and play them somewhere else. You can only play them inside a house, meaning you have to be connected next to your PlayStation. So why would I want to play God of War remotely on some lousy 1080p 8-inch LCD screen when I can play God of War in HDR on a glorious 77-inch OLED? Sony, you disappoint me. You disappoint me terribly. And don't even get me started with the PlayStation VR 2. That's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about except me, the only guy who had the balls to actually criticize Sony. Anyway, so that's the show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That's Sony for you. Now, Final Fantasy, it's a third party. It's a third party game. So you'll be able to play it on a PC. You'll be able to play it on the Xbox. So it's a third party game. It might have some exclusive stuff for Sony, timed exclusive stuff for Sony, but in a period of time, it will be available to everybody. You know, it's a third-party game. I can play it on a PC. I can play it on the Xbox. I can play it on the PlayStation. So now, having said that, I like the changes that Final Fantasy has made. They definitely had made some changes. They're not like grinding the same old turn-based action type of combat. They have made some drastic changes, and that's pretty awesome. But then again, Final Fantasy, it's not exclusive to Sony. It's a third-party game. Remember, we want to see exclusives. This is what I don't understand. Why so difficult for some of these companies to understand? Exclusives will always matter. Now or billion years from now. Now or billion years from now, exclusives will matter. And if you don't have that, and if you can't deliver on that, then you're in trouble. Anyway, that's all I got. I've been playing golf. I've been playing a lot of PGA Tour. Been playing that. Been playing plenty of that. I've been trying to get into PGA Tour. I'm learning different tips and techniques on how to play it. There's a certain technique to how you swing that club and what kind of power to use on your driver, on your club. So I'm kind of learning that. I'm playing around with that. But besides golf, Dead Island 2 for sure. I think that's coming out next week. Dead Island 2. I saw the opening intro. The first like 10 minutes looks pretty good. So Dead Island 2 for sure. And after Dead Island 2, of course, we got Redfall, which is part of Game Pass. I'm going to try that. And after the Redfall, we have Final Fantasy 16 coming up. So that's pretty much where my schedule is in terms of what games I want to play. But it's been pretty dry, to be honest. There's been a lot of disappointments with some games. You know, this is why I keep telling people don't get too excited with some of these games. Games are not what it used to be, like back in the days, man. Things have changed. I've been a gamer almost my entire life, man. I'm telling you, things have changed drastically. To me, right now, the way developers are making these games, they're making these games almost like a business. They're like a businessman. They're not like passionate developers willing to take a risk and try something new. We used to have that back in the days. We used to have original pioneers back in the days. Now it's all about a sure thing. Let's follow the same formula, right? Put the same formula of Elden Ring, a little bit of Skyrim, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is what majority is playing these days. So let's just keep the same formula in, and let's keep collecting the cash. So it's all about the sure thing, you know what I mean? And that's why the video gaming industry, it's in trouble, if you ask me personally. They're just following the same pattern. They're following the same formula just so they can make that quick cash. And that's why you have a lot of shitty games coming out. You don't see anything groundbreaking. You don't see a new IP that's like groundbreaking, that's like magical, something you haven't seen before, something you haven't experienced before. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that in a long time. And it's going to be a long time till we see something like that. Starfield, it's going to be a little bit of a Mass Effect, a little bit of a No Man's Sky, and a little bit of a Skyrim, and a little bit of a Fallout. It's just going to be a mixed bag. Something that you have already experienced before. A lot of deja vus you're going to feel. Something that you have done before, experienced before, played before. I don't really have any kind of like super high expectations for Starfield. It's pretty dry, dude. It's just, right now, the developers are just about, how can I make money? No different than these TikTok individuals sitting in front of the camera and waiting for the rose and waiting for, you know, all these gifts so they can earn some money. You know, it's just, it's all about money, man. It's just, there's no passion. There's no creativity. It's just about the mighty dollar, dude. It's just about this. And that's why it sucks. You know, that's why you don't have anything substantially great out there. Yeah, I'll be on later on, Steve. I'll be later on with a PGA Tour. That's right. That's right, my friends. Oh, I gotta take a shower, and I'll be back. Make some coffee and do some PGA Tour. Yes, sir. Yeah. So anyway, that's the state of play. Before I go, I like Final Fantasy 16. But Sony should have said, state of play, it's only Final Fantasy 16 for half an hour. They should have told us. I feel like I was misled. I feel like I was like everybody else, we were misled. And again, nothing against Final Fantasy 16. I like it. But I expected more. I really expected more from this state of play. I was like, all right, maybe they're going to mention something about the PlayStation VR 2. Maybe they're going to say something about the Spider-Man 2 and what's going on with that. And other games down the pipeline. But nope. Nothing. Just a Final Fantasy 16. Which is pretty disappointing, honestly. I have it. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked that. Because I do have it. It's I think it's right over here, dude. I have it. It's right here. I'm glad you asked that. I have it. It's right here. Tailor-made. That's right. So when I tell you I used to play golf, you better believe it. But I suck at golf. I'm not really that good. But there you go. There you have it. Right there. This is original. Tailor-made. R11. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. I got to go take a shower. Make some coffee. I'll be back. We'll play some golf. Hopefully at birdies. And not bogeys. And definitely not double bogeys or triple bogeys. On a par 6.